So to backtrack, started off making YouTube videos as a way to make money, and then internet scandal, so you got canceled.
Mhm.
What's it like psychologically to actually like get canceled in such a big way?
It's huge. I wouldn't recommend that happen to anybody, but I do feel like all of us will get canceled. And I say this a lot of times to people, and no one really believes me. All of us will get canceled in some way, just because all of us have a social presence, however small or large. And we'll get called out for something we do just because of the lack of privacy that we're all going to have someday. Like privacy is an ever-diminishing commodity.
Yeah.
So eventually you're going to do something that's not perfect. And it's not going to have to be a big deal. I think the bigger, the more influence you have, the more it hurts. So yeah, it hurt me big time, emotionally, psychologically. I ended up moving to Idaho around the same time. Well, like 2 months after that, COVID hit. And so San Francisco shut down.
Yeah.
And like, I just moved to Idaho and just was there for a year and a half, and like going through different therapeutic modalities like virtual reality or riding horses or raising chickens or growing vegetables and things I've never done before, just to try to kind of feel better.
How'd you decide on Idaho?
It was a 10-hour drive from San Francisco, and it was not as like apocalyptic seeming at the time, right? So, I mean, I was trying to go to the grocery store, and so like food is not there, and there was a huge line. I was like, all right,
Remember that?
I need to go to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kept making YouTube videos when I went, but they were weird. And I mean, they were fine. They were live streams, but they just weren't good enough for me.
I feel like that's something a lot of my creator friends have struggled with, or even my startup kind of like founder friends. It's just the concept of not being good enough, or like something you do, something that you put your life into, like all your like effort into, is just not good enough. Is that something you've had to get over? Have you been able to get over it?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been a journey. Like my mom is definitely somebody who like, nothing I do is ever good enough kind of thing. I can be like, I'm the president of the United States. Oh, well, you should be the emperor. Yeah.
Wow.
It's that level. But yeah, I mean, I have my own goals and like standards that I try to keep. And I think, am I good enough? Yeah, it's a struggle. I'm saying I don't think I'm good enough yet in some ways. And where I'm trying to get to, which is like, I really want to be able to work really well with like a large scale group of people. I think that's somewhere where I'm lacking, and like, I just feel like I need to be more adaptable. I need to be able to change more. I'm like, I've always gone through like a lot of changes in my life. Like every year I kind of like reinvent myself and in different ways. And I feel like I'm not changing as much as I used to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's something wrong with that, but there probably isn't. I'm just getting older or something.
But do you think burnout has something to do with this? Because you were making consistent videos once a week for years at a bar where you were satisfied with your quality, and then you put out, let's say, something like a course with, you have obviously intentions of bringing a community together. You talk about education system, and do you think burnout has something to do with either the quality being not up to par, rushing things as in external factors that impact how you execute that?
Rushing things is my biggest flaw, I would say, right there. I am impatient. That is something that I need to get better at, and I've been working on the past 2 years. I think I've gotten a lot better in the past 2 years, my patience.
Yeah.
It's definitely gotten a lot better.